5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl, Bri Stories.
It's Aja Asia.
And it's A Tati.
Hey everybody. So first of all, first things first, by the time you guys see this, it's my birthday. So happy birthday to me.
Yay!
Yes. My birthday is February 14th. So if you're a fan, I would love to hear from you, your birthday wishes, and your all the things. That's that. Secondly, just a disclaimer, Aja Asia is feeling a little under the weather, so if you catch her blowing her nose, just disregard, okay?
Don't even look.
She's having a human moment and it's totes okay. Today, we're going to be talking about dating etiquette, since we are going to be getting into Valentine's Day and all that stuff. And Valentine's Day this year is smack dab in the middle of the week, so you may have already celebrated or you may be getting ready to celebrate it. You may have your eyes on a special lady, and we're going to make sure that all of you know how to just go about it. You know what I'm saying?
And if you celebrate tomorrow, you're the side piece.
Oh, you might be the side. No,
I don't agree with that. You gotta work around people's work schedule.
Yeah, I'm gonna say maybe your man got a good job.
So you better wait till the 16th, because on the 15th is side chick day.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. So let's go ahead and check in. Physically, I'm gonna go first. Physically, I feel a little cloudy. I feel like I've been in a nonstop hangover, except I don't stop drinking ever. So, that hair of dog, isn't that what that's called?
I have no clue.
Anyway, so that's physically how I'm feeling, a little cloudy. Emotionally, I'm feeling so much joy. I just had my birthday celebration this past Friday, and it was different than my birthday celebration last year. Like this year was a little cozier. And last year, I remember standing at the top of the steps and just looking at all of the, like a sea of heads in my living room and being like, wow, people really fuck with me. But this time, it was a little more quaint, and I had a live band play at my house. Shout out to Leffridge and the Joneses. They are amazing.
Amazing.
You are in the Chicagoland area and have an event, about mitzvah, a wedding, whatever, like they are amazing. So we're going to make sure that we link them somehow below so that you can get in touch with them. But Leffridge and the Joneses were playing, and it was just amazing. It was just a good time. I enjoyed all of my friends. I got so fucking wasted. I drank like a bottle of Hennessy and 2 bottles of Maker's Mark. Not by myself, like with people, but like that's what I drank, and just straight shots all night. Like I was fucked up. It was great. So emotionally, I'm feeling joy. My attention is currently on. I am about to start a fast for my birthday, and I'm trying to just get my mind right for that and make sure that I am in a good spiritual space to get that started. And spiritually, I feel optimistic and a sense of expectancy. I'm in a sense of like, I know that I'm doing the work for good things to come, and I'm just like putting myself in that sense of expectancy for those things. And that's it.
Okay. Hi everyone.
You
You're a
sound like
teacher.
You're
a teacher for
preschool
real.
I am a teacher.
You
I
are.
am
I know, that's why I said you're a teacher for
I
real.
don't want you teaching my kids shit.
I am a teacher. No, so physically, I feel sick, but I'm here, and I know I have a long day ahead of me, but I'm gonna knock it off, and I'm gonna just rest up tomorrow and just self-medicate and just lots of fluids and things like that. Emotionally, I feel good emotionally. I was having a petty moment yesterday, but I worked through it. So I feel good emotionally. My attention is on just really knocking today out, because I feel like I have so much to do.
Yeah.
And then
You do.
resting tomorrow and just getting back to myself, because I also feel like that's another reason why I'm sick. I just been running since like January, middle of January. And spiritually, I need to get back on my
That's a good note.
I need to get back on my planning things out. Like I have my law of attraction planner. I haven't written in it the last 2 weeks, so I need to do my self-reflection for the month and just plan out my week so I can get back to my grind.
Yeah. I'm staying on my grizzly. I'm a bona fide hustler. Play me or play with me, and we're going to find your mother. How you feeling, Tati?
Okay. So physically, I'm feeling a little sore, like my arms and legs and things, and I think it's because of this dumb snow. I've been shoveling nonstop, like, which is using muscles that I don't typically use.
Like that.
No, that's not how you shovel snow at all. But I've been doing that a lot lately. So
I say that's how you get your snow shoveled. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm sore from that. Emotionally, I'm feeling joy. I think I'm excited for Valentine's Day. Actually, I'm
What
really
day?
excited. I'm excited for Valentine's Day, as well as Bri's birthday. But I am separately excited for Valentine's Day
You have to let
specifically.
people acknowledge too.
She has to go through counseling. You said you have to learn to let people acknowledge the holiday. But I'm excited. Like, I get excited around all holidays because of my baby. So I'm excited to go get her little Valentines, and I hand out her Valentines
Cassidy
to,
gives out the best Valentines.
to my friends and things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take her out to eat for Valentine's Day. We're gonna go get a heart-shaped pizza
Oh.
that I'm really serious about getting this year. And so spiritually, same, joy, happy, cool, peaceful. And my attention is just on finishing the podcast today and then going home to shovel the snow.
Shovel.
Get it, shovel.
Anyway, perfect. Thank you, ladies. Let's go ahead and get into the Discovery Zone. So the Discovery Zone this week is something that I think we all found out about right after we finished recording last week. But I really wanted to talk about this because I've written about this and it makes me really sad. So apparently Best Buy and now a couple of other places are saying that they're no longer going to sell physical copies of CDs, compact discs, for those of you who
What's
know.
the other places? Is that
Target. And They said they said Target is
It's over?
because you know Walmart only sell clean CDs,
Yeah.
which is dumb as fuck.
I don't buy a CD from anywhere but Best Buy or Target, so
Right. So that's just like an interesting thing. I mean, I don't know. It makes me sad. It makes me really sad because I always and like I said, like I wrote about this. I don't know where I'll put it. Maybe I'll bring that blog post back. I don't think it's on Yamash. But how it's sad, like for kids don't know what they're missing out on. Like that was a moment for me. Like I can remember days when I went to the store to get a specific CD. Like I remember getting my Spice World CD. I remember getting Britney Spears. Like I remember going and it being a whole thing, like for my mom and like for me, like it was like a thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, it wasn't all of this music dropping every fucking day, just all over the place.
Man.
Back in the day, fucking CDs used to come out on Tuesdays.
Yes.
They used to come out very far in between. So you go and you get a CD, you play that bitch out. You wear that fucking CD out. You listen to it back to back to back to back to back before the next one even has a chance. And then you go to the next one when they come out. But like that was such an era for me. Like I just remember we lived in Green Bay for a little while and like having my little CD player in the back seat. Having my little CD player in the back seat and just listening to my CDs, and like that's so sad to think about how my little brother's not gonna be able to do that. Like, and it's weird, it's strange.
I need to have physical things in my hand sometimes just
Yes.
to really feel like it's real. Because that's just like with writing. Like when I went to college, I really got into typing everything because of course I had to like turn in my stories
Right.
and everything like that. But it's something I still feel like that I miss about the idea of writing my story by hand on a sheet of paper
Yeah.
in a journal and like looking at it every day. Like it makes it more real. It makes it more of an experience.
Yeah.
And kind of like how you said how nowadays music drops so much. That's just another one of the reasons why CDs don't get bought so much now because
Yeah.
who has time?
Yeah.
Like if I'm not about to go to the store and you go look at the new music section and it's like 15 albums that came out like today and then next week it'll be another round. It's like I don't have time for that. So I'm really going to the store for J. Cole and Usher.
Yeah. That's
Really?
true. Yeah, I haven't, and it's crazy because I don't even buy CDs anymore. But just the idea of, I hold dear just that experience, and just the idea of that not being an experience for people anymore is crazy. But I'm sure, like,
You don't buy like Beyonce's?
My mama always buy. I don't ever go and buy it myself, but my mama always buy me my Beyonce CDs and stuff like that. So like I still do get physical copies of like my faves, but so that's true. But it's not like it was when I was little, where like this CD is coming out, we finna go, we're gonna be the first one there, like that type of thing. But it kind of makes me wonder what's gonna happen to like not what's gonna happen. It kind of makes me hopeful of like real record stores. Because maybe that would open up a new avenue for them because they're very rare nowadays. So I don't know. Maybe somebody will be like, some people out here still want to buy CDs. Like maybe we come out with more legitimate record stores.
Like a Sam Goody.
Mm-hmm.
I miss it.
They're gonna be like collector's items and stuff now. Just
Yeah.
like a regular CD.
Oh, speaking of
is
which.
gonna be just they're gonna be like. It's like my album comes out on Friday, but if you want my special edition,
order it
physical
online
copy, like you can order it online for $59.99.
Right,
like,
right.
It's gonna be like that.
Yeah, no, that's probably true. But yeah, it makes me a little sad. But so RIP, Target and Best Buy with the CDs. Headed on to the Petty Parlor. The Petty Parlor this week, Quincy Jones. I want to know what everybody thinks about this because I thought it was fantastic.
It actually just kind of makes me a little bit sad.
Because he's old as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you are just old.
But I feel like people won't believe him because he's older. They just gonna feel like he's just talking. But I believe.
I believe every word he says.
And so what Quincy Jones said was in an interview. I can't remember who it was.
GQ
with.
and Vulture. He
Okay.
had two.
Right.
Where he spilled just as much tea in each one.
So in those interviews, he basically said that Marlon Brando. Richard Pryor,
Marvin Gaye,
and Marvin Gaye, and so they were sleeping together or whatever, and it was like he was just.
Wait, he said that he himself and all those.
No. Marlon
He
Brando
said that he knows that Marlon Brando fucked Richard Pryor and Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And one of the widows, either Marvin Gaye,
Richard Pryor's
widow came out and was like, that totally happened. Like, it's absolutely true. But one of the things that a lot of people don't know about Richard Pryor is if you listen to his stand-ups, he alluded all of the time to like being down. But I also think that you got to take into account, like that to me wasn't like the huge thing. I think that like all of this stuff, and I think I heard somebody else say this too, like all of this stuff was like expected. I think the tea is like the people, like who did it with who type stuff. I was just like, what? Like that was crazy. But I feel like I knew in my heart of hearts, like Richard Pryor totally fucked dudes. And I could see it for anybody in the 50s, 60s, and 70s because they used to just get high as fuck. Yeah. And like just like Richard Pryor's widow said, like they'll fuck a mailbox and send it flowers in the morning. Like they would fucking fuck anything. So of course all of these rock stars and stars and musicians. Oh yeah, they exactly. They do whatever, like for real. So they used to just do Quaaludes and just fuck. Like they just would just fuck. Meanwhile, some of the more what's the word? Controversial tea that he spilled was that everyone's fave, Michael Jackson, is just a fucking thief. Like he's just stole basically every song that he's ever done for y'all. Like he's just a thief, and he also said some things that I felt like.
Stolen in what way? What does he mean by stolen?
He says he
didn't give credit.
Oh, he didn't give credit where it was due. Yes. Okay. Yeah, not like
they're not in like on his album. People that have something to do with it are not in the credits.
Right. So and so he said that he was a thief because of that. But he also talked a lot about like Michael Jackson's emotional state, which I think is stuff that people already knew. But like he said some stuff that like, which is really sad. But he was talking about how much Michael struggled with himself physically because Joe used to just always tell him like he was ugly or that he wasn't good enough, like just like being abused as a child, and you know like verbally and mentally. And so he did talk a lot about that too, which is like the facts that he's pulling out. Some of them are like. You grasp right onto it, like we already knew that. Like we've seen the movie, like we know Joe was kind of awful, but so that was like not hard to believe at all. But it makes you feel like everything this man is saying is the truth. Like I believe every word he said.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, because why? I mean, I don't know. It's like
except for when he said that Ivanka Trump was fine. When he said Ivanka Trump was a fine motherfucker, I said, oh, that's where you.
She's not ugly though. Ivanka?
She's not fine.
I mean, but he thought she was fine.
I would have looked at her and be like,
"You're gonna tell me you ain't think that."
And he said, she had the best legs he ever seen in his life. He was fucking with Ivanka Trump, but she was in her early to mid 20s, and he was 74.
Get
Like,
how you live. Shit.
but he said that she set it up. That she told Tommy Hilfiger, like, yo, plug me. I
Yeah,
want to
sure.
go, like,
Yeah,
I want to
we'll
go to
have
dinner
dinner.
with Quincy Jones. Like, what? That's crazy. But I
Shoot your
love
shot.
his daughters. I love Rashida and Khadijah Jones.
I believe all the stuff he said
I
too,
believe
but
it,
I
too.
believe it in the sense of, for one, he's
What do you lie
old.
about? Yeah.
He's old, and I feel like everybody's recollection of how they recall things and how they think something happened is personal, like, to them. And then it's like, it's been all this time. Like, of course, he might not literally remember every single small detail.
Yeah.
So it's like, to him, I think he personally felt like everything he said was the truth. I don't
Yeah.
feel like he purposely would tell a
No.
story and have been lying.
No.
Now, things were omitted or weren't added in, or he didn't tell whole truths. That's probably true, because I'm sure somebody else could come up and be like, I was there, and
Yeah.
before that happened, we did this, and this.
Right.
But
He spilled the tea about everybody but Hillary Clinton. He wouldn't say anything about that. And that makes me so curious about what you know, Quincy. You just gotta let us know. Maybe he's doing something with Oprah. He's doing something with Oprah. Hillary and Bill strike me as the type of couple that swing.
Did you see it's a video
they don't like each
of
I don't think. Not anymore.
like a car, somebody pulled up next to Bill Clinton and it was like, Bill, we love you, you're the best president or whatever. He like, Bill just like, thank you. And they're like, how's Hillary? And he's just like this. It's like, how's Monica? And Bill puts up the window and drives.
He was like,
I personally feel like him and Hillary Clinton have been broken up ever since that happened.
yeah.
And they just stayed together because
That makes me sad.
they feel like they have to. Like, they
Yeah.
couldn't have gotten divorced while he was president. And I feel like if she had been thinking that she was on the presidential track herself,
Yeah.
it was like, we still can't split up because
Yeah.
I need you by my side. So,
Right. For
I
the
think
for the
Take
image.
notes from Millie.
they-
Anywho, I loved everything that Quincy Jones had to say. My favorite thing about this is just the fact that he's so old. Like,
Yeah.
like there's a space of like he can do whatever. Let the man do what he wants, say what he
My
wants,
great
and
grandma
I think that like she almost what?
I'm gonna say my great grandma's almost 100
Oh.
years old, and she'll tell me stories sometimes, and we'll be talking about something, and then if I realize that it was a time that I was actually there for it, and I'll be thinking in my head
Well, that's not
like,
how that
that's
happened.
not exactly what went down, but it's cool that you remember it at all,
Like,
so
what?
that's fine. Yeah, so it's like
Exactly.
that's perfectly fine.
No, that's real. That's what like I just love just the idea of just like I've been on this earth like longer than some of you can even think back on. Look, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, and I wanted to say about something that I always think about, like doing this work and how open and I am. I always tell people, like, especially like when it comes to sexual stuff or people that I date, I always make it a point to tell people, like, you have to let me know if anything that we do or anything that we experience together you wouldn't want me to talk about, because I'm very open about my story, but you also have to be conscious in the fact that like me and you shit, like if me and you go out today and we do have some wild adventure, you're a part of that story too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that doesn't make it not my story. But I could be relaying that story, and you could be like, "Why would you tell people that?" You know? So you gotta have that, like, you just gotta have that compassion there. But I just loved that. It made me think about that because these are truly his experiences. But you can understand how people's fucking, Richard Pryor's estate or anyone would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
But some of the stuff he said, like when he was talking about Richard Pryor and all these people having sex together, he didn't say he was having sex with them either. So
he
that's
was just
not
saying,
actually your experience.
No, but like I think that he was so he was talking about a specific time with Marlon Brando, and like it was like he wasn't a part of the story and like was there and was participating, but like it was a part of his experience. Like when I met them, like we were fucking rock stars. We was playing shows every night. We was touring. We was doing this. We was doing drugs. We was doing it was like all part of his story. So, but I can understand though how his wife could have been like,
something like that I would have been mad about, because that's just like Superhead when she wrote her tell-all book. With like, now technically the only reason that I felt any type of like,
her name
what's
is
the big deal? But her book, no, it was called Confessions of a Video Vixen.
Yes.
I was like, what's her book called?
No.
Superhead? But it was Confessions of a Video Vixen. But in that book, she's feeling like she's telling a lot of shit, but she's literally a part of everything.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So
She
it's
actually
like,
is in
she
the
might be
story.
telling you like, oh, I slept with this person or this person did that, but she was in a relationship with you. Like she
Yeah.
was there. She's not saying like, oh yeah, and then
I
on
heard
the side, side.
Right.
Like while I was sleeping with Vin Diesel on the set of A Man Apart, Lorenz Tate was also over there doing that. Like she wasn't telling other people's business
stories,
that
right.
she actually wasn't a part of. So it was
Right.
kind of like, once you do something with somebody, you kind of like, of course, you would
You
hope
have
that
to,
they would keep
right.
it to themselves, but you don't really have
That's
the
why
right
I
to
always make it
say-
a point to be, especially like, because y'all know sometimes I have like some very interesting sexual experiences, and sometimes I'll be like, I'm gonna talk about this, and if you don't want me to, you just have to tell me. Like you literally have to tell me, and that's a conversation that I have like with a lot of people. Huh?
I said they can't say they don't want you to talk about it.
I mean, they haven't. I haven't come across a person who was like, no. But anyway, that's my favorite thing. That and the fact that he said that he's been sober for 2 years. So that was just like, so you wait till you stop drinking to be like, let me just fucking tell y'all. Because in my head, I picture him sitting there with a glass of scotch. Like, no, he's like, I don't even drink no more. I feel like I'm 18. My head is as clear as it's ever been. But
It's funny that he stopped at 80 something.
Yeah.
Like, what was even your?
Because he
issue?
was diagnosed with diabetes type 2 diabetes.
I'm like at 87. You know what?
Yeah.
I think I'm
I
done
gotta
with
slow
this.
down.
I'm done with this lifestyle. I'm trying to be on this earth.
Yeah.
Till I'm 110.
Shout out to Quincy Jones. He's honorary petty for life in a good way. So our topic this week, we're going to talk about some dating etiquette. So we have a reference point. So we found something on Facebook, and we're going to try to get this up for you as well so you can see. So there's a young woman. I'm not going to read all of this because
Just hit the key
a
points.
lot.
I was like, just hit the key points.
So basically, a young woman met a young man, probably online, it sounds like, and they're discussing like their first meeting, like what it's going to be like. And he's like, you know, you can come to my house. And she lets him know immediately, I'm not comfortable with that. I would really like it if you just found somewhere public for us to go. And he gets like an attitude, and he's kind of like, okay, well, since you're the one that's uncomfortable, then you find a place. And so it becomes like a little bit of a back and forth because she's like, all you have to do is be like, okay, let's meet at the Starbucks up the street, or let's go. Like, she's like, all you have to do is just set up the date. And you know that's the thing with a lot of women anyway. Like, if you want to go out with me, set it up. Like, just because I give you a loophole or I give you like you hit a roadblock in the situation doesn't mean that you stop setting it up. Mm-hmm. Like, your setup was to come to your crib and I said no. So then you got an attitude and was like, well, fine, you fucking tell us where to go. Like, so
since you're so smart.
So that,
you know everything.
Right. So then within the midst of that though, he begins to kind of like, and I don't know at what point of the text, it's not even pulling up, but I don't know at what point of the text thread it started happening. But he was kind of like explaining why it didn't make sense to him. Like, I don't know why you girls do this. Like, what do you think? Like, everybody's just trying to fuck you or blah, blah, blah. Like, he had like this kind of narrative. And it got to the point where the girl was just like, you know what, bro, we ain't even got to see each other. Like,
but see, this is my whole thing, and this goes back to like men just forcing themselves on women.
Well, wait, let's finish telling them the whole thing first.
Okay, go ahead.
So she got to a point where she was like, I don't even want to go no more. Fuck it. So down the line, what blew me about it though was that he kind of got very rational towards the end, but by that time she was done. She was over it. So he started texting her and just was like, he was going in depth on why he felt the way he felt. He was like, it really doesn't make sense to me that women operate under those standards and blah, 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 because this, and this. When he could have, whatever. We can talk about what he could have done. So then by the time she's done texting him, he doesn't get a text back for that. Then he probably said something else. Like, then he came back to his senses again. Like, hey, you know what? I was tripping. I would really like to meet up with you. Wherever you want to go, like, let's just meet up. I really want to talk to you face to face. She's not answering because she's done. Couple messages later, he sends. The last message he sent was, wow, I've never been ignored by a basic bitch. Now you're mad. Big mad at that. So, and this is the telltale, we've all been through this as women when niggas are catcalling us on the street and they start off with, hey, oh,
beautiful,
baby, you gorgeous, and you give them like a thank you, you keep walking, and then your stuck up ass bitch with your big ass feet, goofy ass bitch, your nose big as fuck, just start going off.
Damn, he going in.
That's how they be.
Big ass feet and nose. Damn.
I don't know. It just came to me. But like, you know what I'm saying? Then they be pissed. Like, all I did was say no thank you, or all I did was like kindly decline, and then you like, so then he had to end it. He couldn't end it without calling her a bitch, which whatever. So yeah, what were you saying?
I was pissed the whole time from beginning to end of the text message because if I tell you I'm uncomfortable, that's just the end for one. Because because now you're pressuring me into a situation that I've already expressed that I'm just uncomfortable with. And since this is your first time meeting me, you really don't have there's nothing for you to say to persuade me to your side because I don't know you. Like there's nothing for you to say.
But
niggas
really do think
what pissed me off though was when he went into his part when he started explaining why he didn't like that she was saying she was uncomfortable.
Right.
At one point he said, "But I don't feel like you're truly uncomfortable. I just feel like you read one or too many Steve Harvey books." First of all, don't that's disrespectful. So me telling you my boundaries or my limits are now just reduced to you don't actually have a mind of your own. You just read a couple of self-help books and decided, you know what, Steve?
I'm gonna put my foot down.
This is what I'm about to do.
Change my life.
So now I'm a goofy. Now I'm basic.
Right.
I'm a goofy and I don't have a mind of my own.
His delivery
all
was
because
terrible.
For our very first date, I said, "Can we have coffee?" Coffee instead.
Just somewhere that's well lit where
Just-
other people are.
Yeah.
I didn't say whisk me away in your private jet and let's go talk these countries. I said just go somewhere. Let's go somewhere public.
Just
because
Starbucks.
I don't know you.
Or a
I don't
Target.
know you.
We can
That
meet at
seems
Target.
fair.
No, but his delivery was awful. But I gained an understanding for what he was trying to say. But it's this is the issue with humans. A lot of humans have this issue when they get defensive. They don't understand that you don't have to insult me and my thought process because it's different. You could very well say, I hear you, I see what you're saying, here's my stance. In my experience, I feel like a lot of girls are because he said something about how girls can't control themselves sexually, so they think that if they don't go to his house, then it's less likely that she's gonna fuck him on the first day. And he's like, that's your experience, that's valid. A lot of dudes probably have girls, because girls do that talk where girls will be like, girl, I'm not finna shave because if I shave, I'm a fuck. Or I'm finna put on these ugly panties because if I got on cute panties, I'm a fuck. So I can understand him piecing things together and being like, no, you just trying not to fuck me. Which is get over your fucking self. Nigga. But I feel like he had valid reasoning, but his delivery was awful.
I mean, even if that was his reasoning, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, we could talk about it in a well-lit area. He could have said to me we could have had a good conversation. We could have sat side by side in a booth somewhere, and he would be like, you know what I was thinking about earlier when we were texting, I don't know if this counts for you, but I feel like a lot of women just do this, and then we could have a dialogue about it. Because then I could say, oh, well, I've never been through that, but I do feel you. Because my girl be saying, she only fuck when her pussy is shaved. But it could have been a conversation.
And when she said that she was uncomfortable with going to his house, she didn't even list, she didn't come at him and try to say, she didn't say, well, I don't feel comfortable coming to your house because I'm pretty sure all you want to do is fuck.
Right.
Or she didn't say, I don't feel comfortable coming to your house because you might be a serial killer. She didn't, put in any of her preconceived notions on him. She just said, you know what, I'm uncomfortable, let's go somewhere else. So the same way she could have 50 million rational reasons for why it doesn't make sense for her to go to your house on the first day, you can come up with 50 rational reasons for why you're it makes total sense for you to come to my house on the first day. But at the end of the day, since you're uncomfortable, none of that shit matters anyway.
And I just feel with the whole him forcing that on her, who's to say if she does finally say, okay, I'll go, and you get over there and he'll be like, come on, you want to fuck me. You know you want to fuck me.
He's already shown that you're unstable.
He's already shown that
he's no, I'm not. But you know what? Men gonna learn to stop inviting women to their house because y'all gonna get robbed. And I'm gonna be the one to do it. So the next thing I meet on Plenty of Fish or whatever, you invite me to your house for the first date, I'm gonna have my homeboys come and rob your ass because you're gonna learn. And you ain't gonna never invite a stranger over again.
Yeah, because that's just the thing. Bro, at the end of the day, it's not really safe for neither of us. You should love yourself a little bit.
And
more.
everybody ain't allowed in my house. Period.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I don't feel comfortable with people who don't treat their space at the highest heights. People that are just anybody can fucking go. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't know. So
I don't
that's
even let certain family members in my house because
that's word. That's
word. No, you can't. You can't invade my energy, my space.
For real.
No, this is my peace. This is what I've worked for This is, like my sanctuary. You
Right.
can't come in my sanctuary.
Right.
You can't come.
So for the dating etiquette, men, this week when you have your sights on,
No, I was gonna say they had a man on the news like recently that had died because he had a date with a girl that he met on like Tinder or one of those types of sites and like invited her over, and then eventually like she did end up like setting him up to get robbed, and they killed him though. Like the guys when they came, they ended up like killing him. That was on the news. I feel like last summer or like it was recent though. So it's like it's real
y'all
life shit.
stop doing that shit.
Like you don't know just because I've been talking to you on the phone, I still don't actually know you. It's like
I just don't know you at all. So for the dating etiquette, like fellas, if you got your sights on somebody right now and you like, I really want to take this person out, blah 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 blah. I think before you ask someone out, I think that it's really important that you decipher for yourself why you want to go out with this person. Because if you have a strong why, if it's like a genuine liking, then this type of stuff wouldn't happen. Like you wouldn't be like, "Hey girl, wanna kick it?" And as soon as she be like, "Yes, but I only want to kick it in this way," you wouldn't be like, "Oh, well, fuck, that's stupid." Like, like if you genuinely want to hang out with this person or want to get to know someone, you're going to just do it in any way that is possible to do that.
Yeah.
So I think number one is stop wasting people's time. Mm-hmm. If you don't genuinely want to kick it with somebody, don't fucking ask them. Like, and it's okay, like, if you just want to fuck somebody, but, like, you can make that clear in certain ways in the beginning, so that you're just not wasting people's time. Because what's the fucking point? That's number one. Number two, ladies, don't let nobody fucking persuade you to do anything that you don't want to do. Because another thing that a nigga would do, and not even a nigga, a person would do, anybody that's trying to get their way will do, is they'll try to like tell you their rationalities in a way to make you feel like, am I tripping?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're not. Because at the end of the day, your intuition is your intuition, and if your gut told you, number one, I'm not coming to your house, then that from that moment to the next, it shouldn't be a process of you like weaning yourself off of that thought and being like, oh, maybe it's not that big of a deal. It is. If it's a big deal to you, it's a big deal.
That's the key. Because you could be dating somebody for months, 6 months in, but y'all just never slept together or whatever, and you're still like thinking to yourself like, I'm actually uncomfortable with going to his house. You shouldn't go and then get there and just sit and you're uncomfortable the whole time. Like you're in your mind just like, oh, this is weird. Like you anxious, you ready to go, heart beating fast. Why would you put yourself through that?
No.
Like
at any point, especially
serious.
fear. At any point that you feel fear or any type of apprehension, just don't. Just don't. And if you're not fucking with somebody who is understanding of that, you should be able to talk to that person and be like, I don't know what it is, and it might be crazy. It might be completely irrational, but I don't feel comfortable with this, so I'm not going to do this today. Let's try this again another time, or da-da-da. And he's either going to be like, okay, that totally makes sense, or is there anything that I can do to make you more comfortable, or do you want to do something this way? He was trying to accommodate you, or he's going to be like, oh, bitch, fuck you, you stupid as hell. and in which case, that was God's way of being like, we didn't need him anyway.
And that's
like,
why you don't want to go over there. But I'm even tired of the having to explain myself, because if I say no, it's just no. Like, period. I don't like if I'm laying in the bed with you and I be like, you know what, no, slow up. But why? No, just you're not putting your dick in me. I'm not coming over to your house. I'm not going on. I'm just
no,
saying.
Yeah, no.
But no, just know that I'm not explaining myself.
No always
it's just,
means no.
No is no. Like, why you want to go out? Because I don't know. Like, I'm really tired of it.
And I think it's okay to like ask a why, especially because you got to understand that our perceptions are very different. So if me and somebody have been kicking it and like his perception is that we're in a very comfortable situation and he asks for something and I say no, I'm okay with him asking why, because he might be like, did I do something wrong? What can I do? Mm-hmm. But it is the persistence afterwards of like, no, just let me do. No, I fucking said no. Like, no.
And then I told you why.
And then I told you why.
and then you asked.
And then you asked.
And even if my why is, I don't know.
Even
if my why is, I don't know. Like, this is how I ended up getting stalked a few years ago.
Me too.
I told him, like, and we had been dating for a few months, and like, I just felt it in my spirit that I needed some space, and you stalked me. So that let me know. God was just like, well, girl, now you know, because I wouldn't have known throughout any other situation that you were a stalker. How do you find out someone's a stalker? You put them in a position to stalk you. And if not, then you'll never know. You'll never know if they're a stalker.
And if they don't stalk you, that's your man.
That's your man. Rest in peace to that relationship. But so that is pretty much the gist of it. Make people feel comfortable. Yeah. Let people be comfortable. Let people do things the way that they want to do them. Also, keep your comfort in mind. Like, if you're a nigga that just let anybody come to your house, that's pretty foolish. Don't do that.
And you probably got bed bugs.
You might have bed bugs. No, that's real. Bed bugs come in your house in mysterious ways. So, anyway. So just don't do that. And then if you are going to go on a date, proper date etiquette is if you're the person to invite the person, you're paying. Don't fucking look at the girl crazy when the bill comes and ask her, so how you want to, you want to pay for yours or you want to split down the middle? Like, nigga, are you out of your fucking mind? Not even nigga. Women too. If you're the person who invited someone, Tati knows how I feel about this, because I feel about this like friends too. When I go to Tati with my own idea, not like we sitting there like, oh, what should we eat today? Bitch, I really want to go to Rainforest Cafe. And you might be like, I don't really have Rainforest Cafe money like that. And I'm gonna be like, I didn't ask you that. I want to go. We're going. Like, because it's my idea. So, I don't know. People just be wild. So, anyway, date etiquette, we're going to wrap it up there. Make sure that you hit us up on askawayWithwords@gmail.com and let us know about your Valentine's dates. And let us know if they suck, because they probably did, knowing these niggas.
And if you need some tips for dating, because we got something for y'all.
Yeah, we do got tips. I mean, I can't keep a man, but I have plenty of tips.
Okay.
We do have a... word from our wordies this week, none other than DJ Stutter, as always. He just wants...
I'm mad at Jordan right now.
Oh, why you always saying people government?
I'm mad.
No one's wanted by the police. It's fine.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Look, Jordan, are you?
Anyway, DJ Stutter just wants to know how we feel about Amber Rose saying that she sometimes sniffs 21 Savage's underwear.
Did she mean dirty or clean?
I don't think they specified.
No, they didn't.
I don't think they did specify.
Dirty.
Do you think so? Like his used underwear? For sure. So they get home. So this is not how I picture it. They get home, and he takes off his clothes and his drawers and stuff, and he puts them over in the hamper. And then maybe the next day, maybe the next day he goes and gets in the shower. Like he's just, I don't know, or he's gone. I think she says when he's away. So he goes to go do what he's doing, and then sometimes before doing the laundry, she just takes a whiff because she's that in love. I am not mad at it because I feel like I have felt that sort of obsessive nature. I don't know if I felt obsessive before. It's just that my brain didn't think to pick up his drawers and smell them. But I've done that with other things. I have items and I don't sometimes I'm not even about to wash this shirt because none of us are gonna wear it, and it's in my bed just so I can smell him because I love him and whatever. So I understand the ideology behind sniffing your partner's items because you just want their scent. And I mean, she's a freak. She loves dick. So she probably wants to say it twice.
So we can understand.
No, she probably specifically wants to smell his dick. You know what I'm saying? And that I completely understand. To that, I could find myself doing that for sure.
I don't think it's that weird.
No.
I feel like it's one of those things where, you said, where you personally may have never done that specifically, literally picked up boxers and smelled them.
No.
But it's like you said, the ideology behind it is understanding because love is a powerful drug, and when you are really in love, especially and you're in a healthy love at that. Where this nigga is treating you right, not this nigga, this man is treating you right and doing you right and stuff. Then you will probably, and as much as he's gone and he travels and stuff, I could easily see her just laying in bed, missing her nigga, and being
I'm gonna just smell these dogs.
Trying to get her mind off this, be let me just do the laundry, and then pull the stuff out and be 21.
I actually picture because I feel like she has maids. I picture her in the bed and one of the housekeepers comes in. She's just pick up the laundry. She's leave it. I'm not done with that.
I'm not done with it.
But I don't think it's strange. I think it's fine. Yeah. What about you?
Unless they're dirty.
I actually sent my ex a video of me sniffing his drawers before. They were clean though. I was just I made a joke and I love your dirty drawers, and I was I sniffed them and I was
However, if it's related to her, I think it's crazy.
Anything she does.
Anybody else, understandable. But Asia, it actually sounded absurd when she said it. I was just looking at her like, that's crazy bitch.
A psycho. Anyway, so that's that. Thanks, DJ Stutter. I hope that we gave you everything that you needed with those answers. And now for Knock It the Fuck Off. Tati has one first, and I go second because, boy, am I livid.
Okay, so, you know all those memes be floating around on social media. And I saw one yesterday, and it said, it was like a thinking emoji, and it was like, how many single mothers, how many single mothers can go without child support and still do good? Side eye, I'll wait. So I was really pissed when I looked at this, and because for one, even just the wording, how many single mothers can go without child support and still do good? What do you classify by doing good? Because being self-sufficient means I can take care of myself. Like, I'm able to take care of myself perfectly fine. Now, if I have a child that is half yours, and I need your half to sustain that child's life, that's a completely separate story.
Right.
Like, so why are you asking me about, like, how well I can take care of myself? And then, of course, the goal is you want to take care of your child by yourself. You always want to have it in case somebody else doesn't. But overall, you're not supposed to, what's the exact word I used when I wrote in my, but you're not supposed to condemn a woman because she won't accept less from you.
Right. Like, you
want to hear the story about the woman with her son crying alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry, and then you'll feel like she's a strong black woman, like, oh, she handling her own. You want her to be struggling in the strip club and all of that, and then you'll be like, no, that's a strong woman. But if she's at your door like, hey nigga, you got a baby, I want my half, now you like, this bitch can't do nothing without me. Yeah, like, she needy, she don't know how to get out in these streets and grind on her own. Like, and I just think it's petty.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's petty that they'll find any way to try to get out of taking care of their responsibilities.
Number one.
And that's what we are. So knock it
Well,
the
that's
fuck
that.
off.
Knock it
To
the
the
fuck
internet, mainly. Knock it the fuck off to the
And to
internet.
the and to the
people that made it.
wrote that.
Yeah, and to the nigga that wrote.
Yeah,
And then the niggas that I feel like was looking at that shit on my
because he had
on
a
my
text.
page
He had a
and
text
agreed.
come in, and his baby mama was like, man needs some shoes," and he like, "This bitch always needs shoes for the fucking baby. Didn't it? Like, the baby don't even walk. Why the fuck I gotta keep getting him shoes?" And then he wrote that because he was upset.
But that part, if it was just shoes, niggas probably would be fine with that. But the fact that they don't like feeling like they're contributing to your household, and it's like this, she lives here. Like, what do you mean? So his lights out. He ain't got no water. He ain't been cleaned in a week because you didn't pay your half, so I didn't pay mine. Like, now what?
But you know, on the same, to play devil's advocate, I guess you could say, there's also the women who aren't appreciative of the thing that the men does for them. I saw a post on Facebook not too long ago. It was a guy, he was literally like, the baby mama was hitting him up like, I need $50 on my light bill. He was like, all right. He went and took care of the whole light bill. He like, I sent you the confirmation number. I took care of the whole thing. Like, just paying for bills. And then she asked him for like $700. He was like, I don't got it right now. I can give it to you in like a week. Then she made it sound like, niggas can't do shit for me and my kids. When I tell you, like, he had already spent like a good $5,000 on her over the course of like 2 months, on her and her like children, and she already had like 2 other kids. So, like, she was really mad.
But there's exceptions to everything, which I said in my caption. I said, like, of course there's exceptions to every rule, and there are other women out here that are trifling, that are just taking advantage. So of course there's an exception to every rule, and I'm not speaking up for them. But in general, you don't see women don't make statuses and be like, point me out to the nigga that can take care of his child all on his own without me. They will have a full-time job, have his own crib, have all his own shit, and leave the baby with him for 24 hours, and he have a fit.
Yeah.
So, but you don't see girls writing statuses like that. Like, it just doesn't happen.
I'm just gonna
I'ma like it.
Simply put, I'ma like it. My knock it the fuck off this week is okay. So here's the thing. So I got finessed the other day, right? And during the actual act of being finessed, I wasn't even mad. I was like, you know what? Because I do truly believe that when finessed, you can't be mad at the finesser. You can only be mad that you allowed yourself to be finessed. So I was the goofy who goddamn got my door knocked on in the middle of the day, and I open the door, and it's two sweet little black boys.
They ain't sweet.
Black boys.
They don't know that yet. Give me a second. Two sweet little black boys. They ain't like, hey, we'll shovel for you. I said, okay. How much? He said $20. I said, oh, y'all going up, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you this $20. And I go my stupid ass upstairs in that very moment, grab $20, give it to him, and I closed the door and just hopped around my house like, well, that's something I ain't gotta do. Turn my music back on. I'm cleaning up, getting ready for my party. So a couple hours later, I go to leave my house, and when I open the door, my walkway was so clean. They did a fantastic job on my walkway, y'all. But that driveway, it was mountains of snow. It's still in my driveway. So I just stopped and I looked and I said, oh my God. They ran off with my $20. And how I pictured them like starting with the walkway, and somebody had an epiphany like, she gave us the money already.
Yeah, I bet that
Let's
was
just
like
go.
brothers named LaMarcus and DeMarcus, and they was like LaMarcus, and he was like, yeah, DeMarcus. He was like, we gonna go somewhere else. We just gonna shovel this walkway so she can see.
Yeah,
Like,
DeMarcus.
Why do you make him sound like slave? Yeah, DeMarcus.
Yeah. DeMarcus. Yeah, DeMarcus.
First of all, so they finessed me. And so at first, I just died laughing because I was just like, that was your own fault, girl. That was so stupid. And then as time went on, Michael and I actually shoveled the entire driveway ourselves. Let it go. Partied, had a good time. The pain that my body is still in today from shoveling that driveway, now I'm pissed. And if I see those kids in the streets, I'm going to beat their motherfucking ass.
they know
You
they
what
can't
I'm
come
saying?
back to your house though.
I'm going to whoop their ass. I'm going to catch them in the springtime. Watch.
This is why you can't support black businesses.
No, don't say that.
I was like, this is why.
No, don't
Like
say that.
Little
Marcus,
shit like
no.
that, because that's
No,
the beginning.
snow shoveling.
There ain't nothing
Tell
wrong
me-
with entrepreneurs
Yeah,
that
I
just
was
don't
say,
know
they're
how to
scammers.
act.
No, but that's why when I see them, I'm going to whoop their ass. And then after I'm done whooping their ass, I'm going to sit them down on the curb and I'm going to say, what did you learn? Karma don't sleep, baby. You thought you got away with this shit. And here it is, April. You ain't seen me since the fucking beginning of February. And you getting your ass whooped for something you did back then. So, all I want to say is,
They gonna come back in April talk
Talk
about they
to
more
cutting
grass. They ain't gonna have no coats on, so they put she ain't gonna recognize us. Like, all you got when they ring the doorbell, be like LaMarcus and DeMarcus, and then
I don't know their names.
that's their name. That's what
I
they
don't know
mama
their
named them. They brothers.
So yeah, so this is like a dual knock it the fuck off, because it's shout out to you badass, shiesty ass, scamming ass kids. Because I can't be mad at you just getting your fucking scammer ass hustle on, but I am mad that you finessed me on a personal level.
Card crackers in the making.
So knock it the fuck off. Card crackers. Don't crack no cards, kids. That's not fun. Yeah, so that's it. Anything else? Praises due, life is a catalog.
Praises to the Bri Stories.
Oh,
It's her birthday.
Show your brand.
She is officially in her
26th year.
No, like what's
Oh.
after mid? You're in like the
Upper
after
20s.
mid 20s. Yeah, like she's officially in her upper 20s, closer to 30s.
God bless
Somebody
you,
a
20-somethings. It's the year of 26.
Wait till y'all see what we got coming. Wait till y'all see what we got coming.
I can't
Some
wait.
of y'all niggas gonna be coming.
No, I really would like it if you jerked off to my pictures. But here's the thing. I just want you to not tell me until like 20 to 30 years from now, unless you are really fine, and be self-aware. Don't play yourself. If you're not fine, it's okay. But if you real fine, tell me today how it went and which picture you liked and what you
What if
jacked
they be
off
like, I
to.
tried to jerk off, but it wasn't doing it.
I'm gonna think of a
So
comeback.
you were inadequate in picture form.
Yeah.
Like, baby, you didn't even bring it like I thought you was. You was talking mad shit on the podcast, and then I went to your page and was like, that's it. Like,
You know the episode of Family Guy where Stewie beat the fuck out of Brian and he was drinking that shit. He was like, that's good OJ, and he just cracked the glass. That's what I would do to them. But anyway,
that's what I would do. Moral of the story.
yeah. So yeah, happy birthday to me. I'm so thankful. Happy birthday to Mel Bridges. My little birthday twin. She's in the studio with us right now, looking at me angrily. So anyhow, what else? That's it. Thank you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what's to come. Look, just a speech. I'm so excited for my 26th
Thank you guys
year.
for always holding it down.
Yeah.
Always being here.
To be honest, you cute, you stay fleet. I think you.
I don't really know you like that, but we should link.
We should link. Yeah. So make sure that you hit us up on all the places. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Make sure that you continue to do all the things that you've always done. Follow us on all the places to be followed. You can follow us at Away With the Podcast right here on YouTube, on TwitTwat, on Instagram, and on Facebook, and on Tumblr. Mm-hmm. And you can follow me at Bri Stories on Instagram, at Bri_Stories on TwitTwat, at ATati on Instagram, at HeyTati on TwitTwat, and at Ajano Asia everywhere. Yes, everywhere. And I cannot wait to see you guys next week. Everybody say bye.
Bye.